Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. One final time, we won't be back here until probably March for some girls soccer action, so this is our last home game of the year for your boys soccer team as the regular season comes to a close after tonight as we bring you this season finale between Collinsville and the Granite City Warriors in the second annual Paz Cup. My name is Todd Duke. Welcome into the pregame show. Brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. 605 North Main Street is where you'll find them. Give them a call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007. So the Kahawks come into this contest with a record of 7-9-1 under their eighth-year head coach, Rob Luggie, who now has a record of 124 wins, 51 losses, and 7 ties. Granite City, they come in at 11-8-1, and they are also under an eighth-year head coach in Ryan Reeves. And Ryan comes in with an overall record of 52 wins, 84 losses, and 14 ties. Well, the Kahawks saw their three-match win streak snapped Tuesday night with a 4-2 loss at O'Fallon in the final Southwestern Conference match of the year for both teams. And it took a 2-overtime game to decide a winner. The Panthers scored 6 minutes into the game for a 1-0 lead for O'Fallon. Collinsville got the equalizer in the 11th minute when Juan Carlos Doria was taken out in the 18-yard box, and Chris Munoz scored his 11th goal of the season on the ensuing penalty kick, so it was 1-1 at halftime. The Kahawks ended up taking the lead on a goal by Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza, his 6th goal of the year, but Juan Carlos Doria jumped over the Panthers keeper and allegedly made contact with Robbie Green, and Doria was issued a red card for the infraction, and Collinsville was down a man for the remainder of that match. 80 seconds later, the Panthers scored to tie it up 2-2 with 14 minutes still to play. O'Fallon couldn't take advantage of being a man up, and we went to overtime. Panthers got a goal on a direct corner kick in the first overtime and added another in the second overtime to pull out the 4-2 win and giving Collinsville their first regular season losing record under their head coach Rob Luggie. Granite City has made a complete turnaround from their 2-10-3 season from last year and have a winning record for only the second time under Ryan Reeves in his 7 previous years, having gone 11-9-2 in 2021 for the only winning record prior to this year. The Warriors had a solid start to their season, winning their first 3 games of the year and going 4-2 through the season's first 6 matches. A losing streak of 3 straight followed that for the Warriors, the only 3-match losing streak on the year for Granite City. The Warriors come into this match having gone 1-1-1 in their last 3 matches and come into tonight's game following a 5-1 home win over Maryville Christian on Tuesday. Common opponents for Collinsville and Granite City. Both teams beat Waterloo. Both teams lost to Triad and O'Fallon. Both teams beat Belleville East. Collinsville did that twice. And both teams lost to Southwestern Conference champion Belleville West, although Collinsville did beat Belleville West later in the season in an overtime game that we had for you here on the Kahok Sports Network. All right, well, this is the second annual Paz Cup. We're honoring Alex Paz and his fight with a liver transplant that he received back in January. And I had a chance a little while ago to catch up with the big Collinsville photographer Alex Paz, and we'll pass that conversation on to you next as the LC's Pub pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium, used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Final regular season boys soccer match of the year, and we close it out at home against the Granite City Warriors in the Paz Cup. And joining us now is Mr. Alex Paz, 1979 graduate of Granite City South High School, photographer basically for both schools, but mainly a lot of Collinsville, and a U.S. Navy vet. So first of all, thank you for your service, and thanks for joining us.
You're welcome thanks for the support.
All right, so coming up on a year since you had to undergo a liver transplant, so give us a health update. Things seem to be going in a positive direction for you?
So as far as the transplant's going, everything's going well, but we have a lot of residuals from the anti-rejection meds and turning out to, from this process, I'm anemic and I don't want to sound negative about this thing, because I'm alive, I'm breathing, and everything's going well, but there are complications, and we're working through them. So hopefully we'll get to where I feel a lot better, because I'm always tired, always cold from the anemia, I guess, and then the anti-rejection meds are affecting my kidneys, and it just keeps going. And then I have to have where they did the surgery, I have a surgical hernia now from that, and they have to operate to stick that back in there.
All right, so obviously this is not possible without some kind soul who took the time to become an organ donor, and I know that means the world to you.
It does, and it really is very difficult for me because of their family, and I understand. I keep saying I understand. Everybody grieves in different ways, but he didn't. His or her family decided not to communicate with myself or Mid-America Transplant, who handles all the transplants in this, coordinates all the organs in this area. They decided not to correspond with us.
All right, so what do you think about all these things like what's going on tonight, man? The Paz Cup, it's the second annual one, named in your honor. So what do you think about all this?
It's a little overwhelming. I feel such love and support from the community, and I really appreciate it.
All right, let's talk about some happier things. Want to talk about some soccer? Let's talk about some soccer. Graduate of Granite City South, as I mentioned. You played high school soccer as a goalkeeper for the legendary Gene Baker. Won 3 straight state championships while wearing the red and white. So tell us a little bit about what it was like playing for Baker.
It was amazing. It was like playing almost professional, because he was so prepared for each and every game, and I don't see anybody having locker room talks like he did, and chalkboarding sessions and the X's and O's, and we were there 45 minutes to an hour before every game, and there was always time set before practices to go over everything. And Another thing that always amazed me is he would, scout the teams that we were going to play and know he'd set up the JV in the same, this player plays like this guy on the other team, and would set up the JV in that fashion, and they would scrimmage. It'd be just like scrimmaging the other team already.
So while you were there, man, the soccer program went 92, 9, and 6. That's pretty impressive, man. I bet that was a lot of fun.
It was amazing. We had so many good players, and then always those trips to state were amazing.
All right, so playing against Collinsville when you were at Granite City South, you guys went undefeated versus the Kahok, 6-0 in the regular season and 2-0 in the playoffs. Tough games, though, man. A lot of 2-0 and 1-0 scores. So talk to us about the rivalry between those two schools when you were playing.
So my wife's going to kill me, but I always talk about, there were heated rivalries, and I'll always remember our game. I guess we used to call it the Dust Bowl. I don't know what you guys, the Collinsville people, called it, because it was such a dusty little bowl across the street from the high school. We had a brick thrown through our bus window when we played against Collinsville. And Coach Baker and a couple other the players ran off the bus after him, but they came back eventually. But it's always, we always laugh about it now. So it was a heated rivalry. It was good.
All right, so when Collinsville and Granite City meet on the soccer pitch these days, who do you root for?
I am so neutral, it's not even funny. So as you can see, my and the audience can't see, but I have a Pos Cup T-shirt of each color, and Stacy Needler was kind enough to split the shirt and sew the opposite colors together, and I have a color for each team.
All right, man. Alex Boz, thanks for joining us. Good luck to you in your future. Wish nothing but the best of health, man, and enjoy the game tonight.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to try to take some pictures tonight.
Yeah, that's what you do best. That's Alex Boz, everyone. We thank him for visiting with us here on the LC's Pub pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw some starters your way and some stats. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville, open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948. All right, once again, we welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium. Todd Duke is my name. We're almost ready for a little soccer action as Collinsville gets ready to take on Granite City here in the final regular season match for both of these squads. Before we get you to the starters, let's fill you in on what's happened earlier today. The freshmen played here at Kahok Stadium. They played Belleville West and won that contest by a score of 4-0. Gage Hensley had a hat trick for Collinsville in that freshman game, and Adrian Otieno had the other goal, and the freshman team is now 5-7-1. They're not done with their season yet. They have 3 more games left in the CBC tournament that takes place October 19th through the 23rd. JV team won by a final score of 2-0. Sophomore Patrick Scott Gass scored in the first half to give Collinsville a 1-0 lead, and junior Jeremy McDowell scored in the second half, and that was all Collinsville needed, and they beat Granite City 2-0. Their season did come to a close after that game, and the JV team finished with a record of 7-5-3. Let's get you over to the varsity side of things now. Here are your starters. We'll begin with Granite City. And in goal, you will find Tyler Lake, and I do not have any goalkeeper stats for Granite City. For some reason or another, each goalkeeper that they have on their roster only has been credited for 40 minutes, and, you know, this is the last game of the year. I'm sure they played a little bit more than that. Anyway, in front of Tyler Lakin, you will find Ryan Rash, Nash Young, Seth Blaylock, Patrick French, R.J. Brookshire, Elijah Blaylock, Benjamin Wilson, Armando Hernandez, Carson Williams, and the former Kahawk, Joey Morales. For Collinsville, Braden Henson is back in goal tonight for Collinsville. And in front of Braden Henson, you will find Mikey Suarez, Jake McIntyre, Giovanni Mann, Ty Starko, Chris Munoz, Mikey Ortiz, Marvin Chacon, TJ Carter, Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza, and Evan Wilkinson. And again, remember, in case you weren't with us Tuesday night, Juan Carlos Doria received a red card in that game, so he cannot play tonight. He's here, but he's dressed in street clothes, so he will not be playing tonight, and he'll be nice and well rested for Tuesday's game, because these two teams will face each other Tuesday night in the Granite City Regional Semifinal game, and the winner will move on to play in the Regional Championship game. That'll be a week from tomorrow. So the stats that I do have for you, we can give you Braden Henson's stats in goal for Collinsville, 1,250 minutes on the year. He is 6-7-1, has a couple of shutouts to his credit. He's allowed 32 goals on the year and has a goals against average of 2.05. And Mr. Henson has made 83 saves on the year, and his save percentage sits right at 72%. Chris Munoz, with that penalty kick goal the other night, now has 11 goals to lead the Kahawks, and Juan Carlos Doria has 8 goals. Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza with a goal the other night as well, and he has 6 goals. Those are your top 3 goal scorers for Collinsville. Armando Hernandez, he leads the Granite City Warriors in goals. He has 17 goals on the year, does the Granite City Warriors leading goal scorer. Also has an assist on the year as well. Seth Blaylock is the next one closest to him, and not really. He's 11 goals behind Hernandez. Blaylock has 6 goals, and you have Joey Morales and Nash Young that have 4 goals each. Collinsville, they come into this contest averaging, well, they've scored 41 goals on the year. They're averaging 2.3 per game.
while Granite City has scored 44 goals on the year. They are averaging 2.2 goals per game, and the goals against are pretty even as well. Collinsville has allowed 35 goals on the year, and that is an average of giving up 2.1 per game. Granite City has allowed 34 goals on the year, and on average they are giving up 1.7 goals per game. So there you have it as these two teams get introduced here, and then they'll have the national anthem, and then we will have the ball presentation that Mr. Alex Paz will deliver there at midfield, and we will bring that to you. But first, we have one more timeout coming your way, and we will be back to get everything started here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahok football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans, and he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered, and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com. Celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium, the second annual Paz Cup, and we turn things over now to Mr. Chris Kettler on the PA system.
Tonight, two communities that share a rich history and passion for Warrior and Kahok soccer are teaming up to host the second Paz Cup to support one of our own, Alex Paz. Walking out tonight's game ball is Granite City Warrior alum Alex Paz. Alex has become a familiar sight at many Warrior and Kahok events as photographer for both communities. The photos Alex captures are fabulous for athletes and parents alike to enjoy. Alex was diagnosed with liver cancer that required a liver transplant last year. Thank you for your attendance at tonight's Paz Cup. 100% of the proceeds made from tonight's event will go back to Alex and his family to help offset the cost of his medical needs. The effects of cancer are far-reaching, and Kahok and Warrior communities are no exception. Let's give Alex and his family a big round of applause and show support to let them know that you never walk alone.
Nice show of support there for Mr. Alex Paz, who is a 1979 graduate of Granite City High School. Played goal for Gene Baker in those storied eras and won 3 straight championships for the Warriors under Gene Baker back in those days. And it was nice to we could sit down and talk to Alex Paz in the pregame interview. So we wish him all the best, man, as he continues to fight medical problems and medical bills and everything like that. And everything that's raised here tonight is going to go to him and his family to help that cause out. There, Mr. Brett Borm, who knows a little bit about winning some state soccer championships yourself, don't you?
A little bit, Todd, a little bit. I don't like to brag by any means, but 91, 92 were some pretty good years for Kahok soccer.
Yeah, they were. I was talking to Alex about how much fun it was winning those state championships, and you really don't think about it too much in the moment, but as the years go by, you look back on it and you're like, man, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, it's something that you will never forget, and as the older I get, the more reminiscent I become about it. You know, those are some really exciting times, you know, in my early days, and I always told my son growing up, my daughter now, you know what, high school soccer is where it's at. It's so much fun. The memories that you make, the friendships that you make, the competition, you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah, look at that big old moon coming up over there, man. That's awesome to see.
Yep.
That is pretty cool. A little history. How about a lot of history, man? So Kahok soccer started in 1971. Granite City soccer started the year before in 1970, and the first meeting between these two teams was the third game ever for Collinsville in that 1971 season. Granite City won 3-0. Also a 3-0 win later on in the season, and Collinsville that first year only won 1 match that year, and that was a 3-1 win against Jabot. The Kahawks went 1-10 that year and only scored 7 goals in those 11 games. So that was a little bit of a rough start, but things kind of worked out. Ended up getting a soccer championship, couple of them in the 80s, couple of them in the 90s. So they managed to turn things around.
They did, and you know what? This rivalry, I mean, it goes back as long as I've been alive. It's kind of tailed off a little bit with Granite City pulling out of the Southwestern Conference. The rivalry might not be as strong, but you know what? It still makes it for a good match once a year.
Yeah, and overall, Granite City has the edge. Granite City has 50 wins to 37 losses and 12 ties. Collinsville, though, is 9-6 versus Granite City in the playoffs, so you got that much going for you. Coach Luggie, he is 6-1, won the first meeting 4-0, and then lost the next year 2-1, but has not lost to Granite City since. And you throw in a 1 playoff win, and Coach Luggie is 7-1 against Granite City in his 8th year, getting ready to wrap up the 8th year
in the regular season. But as we mentioned, this is going to be the first losing season for Coach Luggie as Collinsville's head coach, because they're 7-9-1. So even if they win tonight, that's 8-9-1, and he hasn't experienced a losing season here in the regular season for Collinsville this year. So something different, a little bit different, eh?
Yes, a little bit different. Something we're not used to seeing in the last, 7-8 years.
Collinsville with a chance there. Yeah, Rodrigo Hernandez-Mendoza tried to kick that ball into the net, and I guess he kicked turf instead.
Yeah, just a miss hit.
Yeah, and, of course, as we remind you, no Juan Carlos Doria tonight after receiving a red card Tuesday night against O'Fallon. He is not allowed to play tonight, so they're a little bit down a man. Not really sure, because I didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Leahy before the game as I normally do. Was going to ask him how close are you going to play this to the vest, man? You're going to show all your cards here tonight and then have to play them again Tuesday, know what they're going up against. But right now, all the starters except for Doria is out there.
Yeah. That's Juan's a huge loss. He's a goal scorer, and he's a leader on the team.
Yeah.
And you got to have him back out there on the field as we head into the playoffs.
Well, he'll be nice and rested, that's for sure.
Well, that's not a bad thing either, as long as we come out with a win today.
Yeah. All right, so Collinsville, of course, out there in the purple. They got a little light purple, almost kind of a grayish purple on their sleeves. Numbers on the fronts of their jerseys and the backs are in white. Granite City is out there in all white, and the numbers on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys are in black, so it's kind of weird seeing a Granite City team play with absolutely no red in their uniforms.
Yeah.
So Collinsville got the early opportunity, but never did come away with a shot on goal. And now Granite City heading back the other direction, and they couldn't make it very far past midfield. And still at midfield, Collinsville sends it into the offensive zone, now trying to play a little bit of chase as they want to try to set some things up. But right now, Nash Young taking care of the ball for Granite City. He sends it up to a teammate right in between the benches, but Collinsville comes away with it. Here is Hernandez-Mendoza. He's got his head up, looking all the way. He's got Chris Munoz in front of him, and then he'll just punch one into the 18-yard box. And Tyler Lakin, who looks to be a little small out there in goal for Granite City, takes care of that pickup.
Kind of an awkward-looking punt there as well.
Yeah.
Rodrigo, he was dribbled that whole midfield, and not one Granite City Warrior stepped to that ball. He could have just taken a shot if he would have just kept going.
Yeah, ball ends up out of bounds right below the press box here at Kahok Stadium, and Elijah Blaylock is ready to throw things in. Having some mechanical difficulties over there?
I just can't. It's like I'm in a bird cage with the windows closed.
Yeah, when it gets a little chilly, I don't like taking the windows out, but I will open them.
Got to be able to hear what's going on out here.
Oh, yeah. That ball ends up going across the end line, put there by Granite City. So Braden Henson with a goal kick restart here. I believe they called that the Hunter's Moon. It is big.
That's what I heard on the radio today.
I heard that on the Channel 2 News this morning, too, that this is the closest it is going to appear this year. So that's a big old moon. I tell you what, man, when I was in the Army and patrolling the DMZ in Korea, we loved nights of the full moon because you could see where you were walking. And when you're walking along those rice paddies in Korea, man, you definitely don't want to fall off one of those berms and end up in that rice. So I always appreciated a full moon when I was doing that kind of stuff.
I bet you did.
Yeah. Here comes Granite City heading back the other way, and Collinsville thwarts that opportunity for the moment as the ball is inside or just outside the 18-yard box. And once again, Collinsville will let it go across the end line. And again, we will have a Braden Henson goal kick restart here. Very comfortable night. It was nice out today. Almost made it to 70 degrees. Going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow as we're going to be in Cahokia for week number 8 of the high school football season. And the chilly mornings have really kind of taken you by surprise. I was saying to my wife the other night, I'm like, 60 degrees feels a lot different in October than it does in February.
Most certainly does.
Yeah. There's a ball that gets past everybody, and T.J. Carter has to hurdle over Tyler Lakin in goal as he was quickly closing in on that ball. Granite City punches it back out, and with it is Nash Young once again. Young sends it over here to this side for Elijah Blaylock. Blaylock sends it up the line off of the chest of Mikey Suarez and comes down for Chris Munoz. Munoz will send it back to the top of the circle that surrounds the logo here for Wilkinson. And Wilkinson turns the corner while he has Seth Blaylock all over his backside. And then Wilkinson sends the ball up. Referee has to get out of the way. And it comes down now for Brookshire for Granite City. Brookshire has the ball taken away from him on a nice play by Mikey Suarez. And then it's punched up there for Hernandez Mendoza, and he in turn finds Giovanni Mann. Mann all the way over near the corner kick flag, gives it up to a teammate, crossing pass in the middle, and a chance that never materialized for Hernandez Mendoza. Couldn't catch up to the ball in time before he had too hard of an angle to shoot from.
Giovanni Mann does a really good job of keeping the ball in bounds on that far flank, dropping the ball back to number 6. I'm struggling with a name.
Jake
right now.
McIntyre?
Jake McIntyre, who sends a beautiful service across the 6-yard box. Just unfortunate we couldn't hammer that home.
Collinsville gets the first corner kick of the game, comes 6 minutes into the first half, and a little bit of a bend toward that near post. Granite City got a head on it and got it out of there. And now here is Marvin Chacon, and he'll send it all the way back, and there's a nice shot on goal. Tell you what, if Tyler Lakin would have misplayed that one, it would have been over his head and in the goal.
Yeah, for sure. It's really weird watching Joey Morales out here.
Yeah.
You know, playing for the Warriors. What a help he would have been for this Kahok defense this year.
Yeah, well, I hear you.
Started all last year. Solid contributor for that team that made it to the Super Sectional. He would have helped.
Suarez throws it in, popped up off of the leg of Blaylock, and then back out of bounds once again. Collinsville with another throw in. And Hernandez Mendoza will give the ball up to Suarez, and Suarez will take care of this throw in restart. 33-15 left to play here in this first half. And no score as of yet between Collinsville, yeah.
That's a high kick.
Yeah, I'd say, man. Looked like he kind of almost clipped Carson Williams in the head.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he made contact, but it certainly was dangerous enough to warrant the call.
Yeah. So still no one with a shot on goal. We've come close to Collinsville getting a shot on goal a couple of times, both times by Hernandez Mendoza. And that ball makes it all the way down range and then back out to midfield. Taking over there is Granite City, and that is Nash Young once again. Young will send it all the way back to the defense. And over onto the far side, taken care of there by Granite City to the middle of the field, and T.J. Carter gets a hold of it, sends it back over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson will send it to Starko, and Starko will send the ball deep down into the offensive zone. Collinsville trying to get a hold of it. They do so for a second. Munoz had it, but it hit him in the foot and then trickled away, and he couldn't control it. Now back over here to this side and into the middle of the field. Starko will send it right back to where it came from. T.J. Carter trying to settle it down. He does so and turns the corner and gives it up to Chacon. Chacon steps on the ball and sends it right back over to Carter. Carter punches it up now for Hernandez Mendoza, who then in turn will send it all the way back and will start all over again. Ortiz sends it all over to Suarez. Suarez to Munoz. Munoz sends a screamer upfield, but that's headed back in the other direction by Granite City and their defense. Now it kind of pinballs around for a little while, and then they'll send it back to the defense once again, and here is Joey Morales. Morales sends the ball up to Blaylock, and Blaylock in turn finds Seth Blaylock. So Elijah Blaylock to Seth Blaylock. Elijah a junior, Seth is a senior. Back to Starko. Starko will just politely send the ball over to Wilkinson, and Wilkinson in front of his own bench sends it up, and now to midfield to T.J. Carter. Carter with a head of steam. He's trying to race past the defense and had the ball knocked away from him right before he could get within striking distance, and then Granite City takes over. Here is R.J. Brookshire. Brookshire sends the ball up. And you got to wonder how long both of these coaches are going to go with their starters in this game, knowing that they're going to play each other Tuesday in a game that has much more meaning to it.
Yeah, for sure. Granite City's missing a senior captain on this Granite City team. Drake Reeves went out for an ACL injury, is my understanding, and he's a senior leader on this team and an anchor for their defense.
Yeah, but all in all, Granite City, man, they turned things around. Only won 2 games last year, coming to tonight with 11 wins.
Well, when we played them in this Paz Cup at Granite City last year, it was not a gimme. I think we won 2 or 3 to nothing, but that game seemed much closer than what the score indicated.
Yeah. We will be at Granite City on Tuesday, and we've already been told that the brand new press box they built there at Granite City, the windows do not open. So we're going to have to go outside because the sight lines there are directly below that press box there, and if you are up against a window, then you're not going to be able to see things that take place below. Besides that, I believe the windows are tinted there too.
Wow.
So you won't be able to see very much through tinted glass. So we're going to be outside Tuesday, but from what I understand in the extended forecast, it's supposed to be sunny and like 78 that day.
But why would you build a brand new press box
that's what I said.
that doesn't have windows that open?
I know. That's the same thing that I said.
Come on.
I know. So I think we'll be okay Tuesday. Of course, if Collinsville wins Tuesday, we're back there Friday for the regional championship game, and there might be some rain in the forecast Thursday and Friday. Yeah, I think he kind of stepped on TJ's ankle there,
Yeah,
did Seth Blaylock.
Looked a little awkward and looked like it would hurt.
Yeah. So that's a 6:30 start Tuesday for that regional semifinal, so it's not going to be 78 degrees by the time that game gets started. So I'll have to make sure to bundle up because I'm telling you what, here lately, man, once the sun goes down, it gets chilly. Here is Suarez. Suarez with a cross, but that was nowhere near anyone wearing the purple and white one right off the head of Joey Morales, and up the sideline it goes, and that ball looked like it went out of bounds. That's what I said.
Just making sure the referee saw it as he's
all the way down near the corner
way
flag.
behind the play. I mean, he needs to be level with the last defender, and he's 30 yards behind them.
He's moving up now.
Yeah.
Vince Palmisano will check into the game. He'll take the place of Marvin Chacon. And the throw-in coming just underneath our location from Mikey Suarez. Blues back in action tonight, taking on the Islanders. Both the ALCS and the NLCS are playing tonight as well. So we'll have some scores to pass along to you at halftime, and we'll try to track down some more soccer scores. I know the Lady Kahawks are in action in Alton tonight, and the freshmen in the JV games are already over. And I can tell you that the JVers won 2-1, while the freshmen lost by that same 2-1 score. I don't have set scores for you, though. And we are hoping that we get the varsity match texted to us once it is over. And then, of course, we'll be doing soccer playoffs Tuesday, so we won't be able to bring you the home finale against O'Fallon. And Zach Roseman, I don't think, is doing that game either. So we will bring you the season finale for Lady Kahawk Volleyball. That'll take place at Belleville East 1 week from today. And then they will start their playoffs the following week, and Collinsville is hosting regionals at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. So we do have some more Lady Kahawk volleyball coming up for you.
You're a busy man, Todd Duke.
I am.
Busy man.
I am. And not a lot of time off once all these fall sports ends, because hockey season starts for the Kahawk hockey team November the 4th.
Wow. Basketball starts when?
Basketball doesn't start till the end of the month.
Okay.
I think the third week, somewhere right before Thanksgiving, the Lady Kahawk basketball team will get underway. So during the first couple of weeks in November, it's nothing but hockey for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go freeze your butt off in some rink.
Yeah,
nearby.
I don't think I have a game at that Granite City rink until January. I'm like, come on, man, can you give me a game at the Granite City rink in November? Let me go inside during January. All the way over on the far side is where this is taking place, and back out to midfield. They bring the ball over to Joey Morales. Morales will send the ball into the 18-yard box, and Braden Henson will come out and get it. And he got there just in time. I believe that was Patrick French, if I can't see that number correctly, number 8.
He was a little slow coming out to meet that ball.
Number 6, Nash Young. Yeah, he was.
I was worried that he was going to
instead of running to get it, he waited for it to get to him.
Yep, that's dangerous.
It is.
Got to be more decisive.
Into the middle of the field we go again. Here is a Brookshire. Tyson Wilkinson in goal for Granite City, I've been told.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that is Lakin. I was going to verify at halftime. I remember Lakin last year having real long hair and being a tall, lanky kid, and that's not what we're looking at.
Look at their goalkeepers' numbers.
They're all the same.
All of them have 0.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was going to verify it at halftime because he was a much bigger kid last year.
Substitution number 26, Enrique Carranza.
Carranza will check into the game. Mr. Enrique Carranza, who started off the year wearing number 15. Now he wears 26. He's a junior this year, so we'll see him again next year. As Collinsville and Granite City are both teams still looking for their first shot on goal here.
Yeah, not too much offensive pressure for either team at this point.
No. Here is Carranza. He'll circle and send it back to the defense over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson will send the ball over to Starko. And Starko out there directing traffic. Wants TJ Carter to take off down the sideline. He does. TJ Carter's going to catch up with that ball eventually. Nope. Got knocked away from him, but a chance for Collinsville. Hernandez Mendoza with a goal. How about that? Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza, who gave Collinsville the lead briefly Tuesday night, gets the Kahawks on the board for the first time here in this one. And how about one shot on goal and one goal scored?
That play starts with a beautiful ball. As you said, Ty Starko directing traffic, flights a beautiful ball into TJ Carter inside the 18-yard box. And TJ was able to, I think he struggled to get under control, but Rodrigo picked up that loose ball and buried it in the back of the net. Rodrigo's coming out of nowhere, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, what'd you say, 6, 7 goals now?
He has 6.
6? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean.
Then he had a hat trick against Alton not too long ago, and then he scored one the other night. So, yeah, he's scoring in bunches all of a sudden.
This is great. I mean, I told you at the beginning of the year we had to get more scoring other than Chris and JC, and you're starting to see it out of Rodrigo.
So, in soccer, does only one guy get an assist, or can we give an assist to Starko on that, too?
Yeah, I think it's usually just one.
Yeah. All right, Collinsville up 1-0. The now 7th goal of the year by Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza. Nicely done, though, by Starko, that's for sure.
That's a handball.
Starko was directing traffic, and he did the right thing there, telling TJ Carter where to go. And Carter, although he didn't get to settle that ball down and get his own swipe at the goal, he knew what to do with it once that didn't happen. And that was just feed it in the middle to Hernandez Mendoza and let him do the rest.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a good recipe.
1-0 in favor of Collinsville. We have 23:40 left to play here in this first half. Kahawks already up.
Dominic Mann checking into the game, I believe, for the first time tonight. Started most of the season as a center back partner with Ty Starko.
Yeah.
And then I feel like some of his playing time has been spotty, and his starts have definitely been spotty.
So Granite City gets the throw in. They throw it up the near sideline, or the far sideline, excuse me, and then send it all the way up, and that was going to be called, I don't know what. I guess it was out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Yep. Nice eye by the referee over there. He was about 50 yards away from it. But he did see it, and here is Hernandez Mendoza trying to fight for some more real estate. Gets it into Carter. Carter trying to get it onto that right foot. Yeah, tried to get it onto that right foot with a little back kick to himself. And now player taken down at midfield. Collinsville is going to get a free kick right at midfield as Dominic Mann was taken down. He seen Dominic Mann, and he's like, go ahead and take a dive, man. I'm just kidding. He didn't dive. He got knocked down.
We got Joey Morales down for the Granite City Warriors at about the 25-yard line. Or, I'm sorry, the 15-yard line.
He appears to be okay. They did stop the clock, though.
TJ, sometimes it just seems like his body wants to get in front of the ball, and he struggles getting that ball out from underneath his feet and out in front of him into space.
So they didn't call the infraction out here at midfield against Mann. They called it back here. That's why Morales was on the ground. So Granite City's going to get the free kick, albeit from about 1.5 miles away. And Morales sends the ball downfield, and a little misjudgment there by Chris Munoz on trying to time that ball for a header, and just couldn't get it done. Now Carranza banks it off the legs of Hernandez, and Hernandez with a shot that goes right to Braden Henson, and that is Granite City's first shot on goal of the night. Collinsville sends it back down quickly off of Morales. And then it comes down for Elijah Blaylock. Blaylock gets moved off the ball. TJ Carter finds it again and tries to take a shot, but I believe was that, I guess it wasn't deflected. I thought for a minute it might have went off Ryan Rash before it went out of bounds.
I think it was just a shank with his left foot, to be honest.
Yeah. Turf Monster got him again. Having a hard time transitioning from one foot to the other is Carter there.
I feel like the ball gets tangled up in his feet sometimes, and he's struggling to get that ball out in front of him and then make the play from there.
Off of Wilkinson's head, right back into the Collinsville offensive zone, but Granite City intercepts from there. They send it up, but a little miscommunication there, and it comes right onto the foot of Mikey Suarez, and then Suarez returns the favor. Over here to this near sideline for Patrick French. French sends the ball back out, and then it pops straight up. Collinsville gets a hold of it first. Wilkinson sends it up for Carranza, but that one never really quite made it to Carranza. He took one step, and the ball was already on the possession of the Granite City Warriors. There's Suarez. Suarez sends the ball up for Palmisano. Palmisano sends it back to Dominic Mann. And now a loose ball picked up by Grope.
Well done, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt. Chris Munoz with a nice little Olay move there on the defensive side of things. Sends it down onto the offensive front and off of Carranza's head. It looks like him and Benjamin Wilson almost banged heads together there for a second.
Almost, but I think Enrique might be a head taller.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
Marvin Chacon checking back in. He's a player that's starting to get minutes as the season has progressed.
Yeah, he played a little bit the other night, too, at O'Fallon.
Junior forward for the Kahawks, wearing number 14. Correction, 15.
15. That was Carranza's number earlier in the year. Collinsville gets a hold of it and sends it back up to the offense to Chacon. Chacon with a nice feed, and Chris Munoz is taken down. No call on the play.
No call on either one. I was really concerned about the first one.
Yeah. That ball ends up going into the Granite City bench. And the throw in comes up the line for Chacon. And Collinsville will now have a throw in right in the middle of the Granite City bench. Collinsville makes another substitution. Ty Starko goes out. Evan Wilkinson checks back in.
I'm guessing must be an equipment problem with Starko. Normally he would not sub out unless there's an injury, but it looks to me like he's immediately dressing his footwear.
Yeah. Kind of hard to play the game of soccer unless your footwear is right.
You're right.
Here's a ball into the 18-yard box, and that one is picked up by Wilkinson. That would be Tyler Wilkinson, not Evan Wilkinson. Jeremy McDaniel, a junior, scored the second half goal for the JV team, man. I watched that thing happen. He's a tall kid.
Yeah, I've seen that kid before. He's a big kid.
Yeah. Get him on the basketball team. Collinsville in possession with it once again in the offensive zone. Here is Chacon trying to work himself around Nash Young. Over onto the far side it goes, and taken care of there by Collinsville. Sent up that far side sideline just outside the 18-yard box and now punched into the box. And then Morales uses his head to get it out there, and Munoz catches up to it first. He'll send it over to Carranza. Carranza sends it over this way for Suarez. Suarez back to Carranza. Carranza, he takes a shot, and that's off of the shoulder of one of the Granite City players. And it'll end up going out of bounds. A throw in almost coming immediately, but a substitution once again for Collinsville. As Starko will check back in, Wilkinson will go back out.
Collinsville substitution number 10, Ty Starko.
Throw in coming up here for Suarez. He'll throw it into the 18-yard box off of a head for Granite City. And then back over here to this near sideline. Rolls all the way down for Dominic Mann. Mann will send it over to Starko. And Starko will send a screamer down the line. That one's going to go too far, and it's going to go across the end line for a goal kick restart coming up here for Granite City. 17-15 left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville on a goal by Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza, his 7th of the year.
Pretty good crowd here at Kahok Stadium tonight in honor of the Paz Cup.
Yep.
Granite
Kind of figured
City
there would
well
be.
represented.
Yeah, kind of figured there would be. There was last year at Granite City, too.
Yep.
Out to the midfield area, and now out to midfield itself. Collinsville trying to wrestle the ball away. Nice little poke check there by the Kahawks, and couldn't continue going the other way, though. That was Mikey Ortiz, I believe, or was that Chacon? That was Ortiz.
No, it was Ortiz. Okay.
Ball into the 18-yard box. Chasing it down is Patrick French. French sends it back to his teammate Seth Blaylock. Blaylock up front, but that's intercepted by Collinsville, and Vince Palmisano didn't get a lot on that one, but he finds Munoz with the ball. And Chris heads toward his bench, and then it ends up getting kicked out of bounds by Granite City. Collinsville will get the throw in right there in front of Coach Luggie. Jeff Hayes will join us in the post-game interview. His team, the JV team, finished up tonight by winning 2-0 and ended up with a 7-5-3 record on the year, did the JVers.
Yeah, winning record.
Yeah. The freshman team won today against Belleville West. They stand at 5-7. Whoa, boy. They stand at 5-7-1, but they're not finished yet. They still have 3 more games coming up in the CBC tournament. That'll take place later this month.
Actually, just a couple of days from now, their first game is the 19th.
Coach Sidney does a really good job of getting those freshmen prepared to be contributors at the junior varsity and varsity level. That's her job as a freshman coach.
Yeah.
And she's done a really good job of that since she came to the program 3 or 4 years ago.
Here is Young. He sends it over here to Blaylock. That's Elijah Blaylock. Back over to Seth Young. He'll punch the ball up, and he'll find the foot of Armando Hernandez. Hernandez trying to outpace T.J. Carter. He does so. It's a nice little pass there to Seth Blaylock. Blaylock with a little back kick and sends it over to French. French with a shot. That's too high. And it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville as the Kahawks make another substitution.
Granite City's got something cooking.
Yeah.
Coach Lukey, so far into this match, we're 25 minutes in, and he's been doing a pretty steady job of subbing so far. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's been a revolving door, something that hasn't been the case over the last 4 or 5 years.
Didn't do a lot of subbing Tuesday night at O'Fallon either.
No. Okay.
Giovanni Mann checks back in. He'll take the place of Vince Palmisano. And we go back to work. Collinsville leads 1-0. Over onto the far side, Chacon with it. That ball ends up getting knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming up here for Benjamin Wilson. Benjamin. And he'll throw it up the line, and there was no one back there wearing Granite City clothes. And Collinsville takes over, and they'll just send the ball back over to Hinson. Hinson sends the ball up to his defender, and all the way down it goes.
Those balls aren't working right now, Ty.
Yeah.
Gotta possess the ball. We're losing it right there every time we play that long ball over the top.
Starko has the ball back on his foot, and he'll send it over to Ortiz. Ortiz, he'll send it back out to midfield where it's picked up there by Nash Young. Young immediately chased from behind by Giovanni Mann, but he couldn't quite get there, and now they'll send it over here to French. French will send it over to the far side, and it comes off of the Granite City player, and Carranza is the first one to touch it, but didn't have enough on it to get it back into the offensive side of things or even close to midfield. Here is Ortiz. And that ball ends up out of bounds. We have 13:20 left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Varsity Lady Kahawks won their match at Alton tonight, 25-13 and 25-23. So a nice job there. Came back from an 18-13 deficit to win that game, so nice job by the Lady Kahawks. Hinson ready for a goal kick restart, and he's going to pick the ball up as Seth Blaylock came in. CHS. Every once in a while, you'll get the cheerleaders to show up out here for a soccer game.
Yeah, it's not been very frequent, man. Back in my day, man, there were always cheerleaders out here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's just what the philosophy is. They only do football and basketball. Is that kind of the deal?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's a special night for the Palace Cup. Who knows?
Well, that could be.
Trying to keep things festive, you know.
Mm-hmm.
12 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Each team only has one shot on goal, but Collinsville made theirs count. Collinsville's had a couple of other opportunities, but it's either gone wide or too high. Granite City, besides their one shot on goal, that one just missed a little while ago off of the foot of Patrick French that ended up going through the football uprights. And now over on the far side, Collinsville will have a free kick, but it's going to be from about 80 yards away.
Tell you what, it feels like the temperature's dropped a little bit out here since we arrived. It's nice cool breeze blowing inside this window.
Yeah. American flag's not doing much over there, but earlier it was coming straight at the press box.
Oh, shoot.
Here is Collinsville with another opportunity and another one that goes a little bit too high off of the foot of Carranza.
Gio's got to get that ball out in front of him and put one right on the back of the net. He's got can't be afraid to shoot, especially at the top of the key, as we would call that in basketball.
Top of the key. I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Out to midfield it goes, off of the head of one of the Kahawk players, and comes right down
for Giovanni Mann. Mann then gives it up to Chacon. Chacon trying to find Chris Munoz. Munoz with a shot and a rifle shot right at Tyson Wilkinson for Collinsville's second shot on goal.
That kid is so good in tight space. He had 3 defenders positioned in front of him, was able to get that shot off still with pace.
Yeah. I was surprised that I know Chacon probably wants to just get it to the best player on the team, but he still had some room to move out there.
He did. You're right. He did.
As you know, they were going to close in on Munoz as soon as the ball went towards him.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Chris has been in the program now 4 years, 3-year starter, contributor, heck of a player.
There once again is Patrick French for Granite City, but that play got disrupted by Starko. Get the ball over now for Ortiz. He'll send it over to the sideline. Collinsville, and Chris Munoz does a nice job keeping it in. And he'll send it up the line off of Joey Morales. Morales will send it over here to Elijah Blaylock. Blaylock sends it back up across the mid portion of the field. TJ Carter takes over for Collinsville from there, and he'll send it back to Ty Starko, who once again starts directing traffic. Starko sends a ball all the way down and off of the back of the head of Giovanni Mann. Back out to midfield for Carranza. Carranza looking left, looking right, and maybe going to send the ball up the line and tries to do so for Suarez, but that was a little bit too late and ends up going out of bounds. We are into single digits as far as the time goes, coming up on 9 minutes to go here in this first half. Collinsville leads 1-0. Here is Munoz again, and that one, I believe, went off of one of the Granite City players.
Nah, I think he shanked that one too.
Yeah.
He's rubbing the back of his head like, yeah, that's on me.
Yeah.
He doesn't usually shank those left footers. That's his strength.
Throw in for Granite City gets popped up into the air and comes down. Granite City back on the attack. They try to work the ball up to midfield and beyond. Here is Armando Hernandez. Hernandez sends it over to the sideline, still stays with it, and the ball ends up going out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Granite City once again. Granite City on the throw-in, 8.5 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. 7th goal of the year for Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza. And that's where we stand right now. Back to Starko it goes. And Starko will send another one.
Not working.
Yeah, deep into the offensive zone, but kind of off target too.
Yeah.
All except for that one that ended
All
up
the
scoring
one,
the goal.
I agree.
Yeah.
I know, but I'll just let it go.
Dominic Mann will check out, and Evan Wilkinson will come back in for the K-Hawks. And Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza checks back in, and Enrique Carranza goes to the bench. This ball off of the chest of Munoz. He'll go chase it down, and looking for a little help, and he'll send that one right off of the goalpost. Right off of the football goalpost, right off the top of it where the little streaming flag is. I think he was aiming for the scoreboard.
He was aiming for something, but it wasn't the goal.
Yeah, didn't appear to be. 7:15 to go here in this first half. Football for you tomorrow from Cahokia. Then we're in Granite City Tuesday. Playoffs get underway. These same two teams will square off at Granite City. And then we'll be at Belleville East on Thursday for a little Lady K-Hawk volleyball action. Still don't know where we're going to be next Friday yet. That all depends on what happens Tuesday. To Chacon. Chacon sends it up to the midfield circle. And Granite City sends it back deeper into their defense. Here is Carson Wilson. Wilson, right in front of his bench, will send it up the line. And they'll continue to play a little tic-tac-toe, sending it up the line. But it ends up going out of bounds off of Benjamin Wilson. So the throw-in coming in from Jake McIntyre. And Collinsville goes back to work, trying to create some offense. Hernandez Mendoza over there trying to wrestle the ball away. But Granite City gets there first. Ty Starko gets there second and sends it in. And, whoo, boy, Braden Hinson a little slow in getting to that ball as well.
A little bit.
Yeah, kind of hesitated before he started moving. One of the Granite City players goes down right in front of the 18-yard box. Ty Starko gets a hold of it again. And Starko sends it over for Ortiz. And then back up to midfield, yep. Right on top of the K-Hawk logo. To Young. Young will send it back to the defense. And Collinsville with an interception there by Giovanni Mann. Mann sends it back, and now forward we go, but it's picked off there by Brookshire. Back out to midfield, Seth Blaylock with it. And a turnover there by Granite City, and here comes Munoz. Munoz dribbling that ball up inside the 18-yard box, and then he tries to cut toward the middle to get a shot, but he got knocked off of the ball, and then T.J. Carter will track it down over on the far side sideline. Sends it back up the line. Now a punch into the box, and T.J. Carter tried to get there, and instead it comes off of him, and Giovanni Mann got there, but Mann couldn't turn around and get a shot off before Granite City closed in on him, and now Granite City picks the ball up, and here is Nash Young with 5 minutes to go here in this first half. Young in a bit of a battle there with Suarez. Suarez backs off a little bit then, and then sends it all. Young sends it out to midfield, on to Seth Blaylock. Blaylock then finds Brookshire. Brookshire will send the ball back over to Blaylock. And Blaylock trying to work himself around Mendoza, but Starko gets there first and sends it past the defenders here on this right side of the field. And then off of the head of Suarez. Down it goes. Granite City comes away with it. Nice job there on the defense by Wilkinson. Did the right thing, stepping right in front of the player and put his foot down. The ball ended up going off of him, and Collinsville gets possession back. Here is Starko. Starko at midfield will send the ball over for Ortiz. Ortiz sends it up the line and finds Chacon. Chacon over to Giovanni Mann. Back over to Ortiz. And just tip it back over to Starko. 4 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Chacon. Kahawks have enjoyed more offensive zone time than Granite City has, that's for sure.
Yeah, but we're just not getting any penetration here beyond this back line, the back four of Granite City thus far since we scored.
Yeah. We've had opportunities. We've just been mishitting the ball.
Trip. I'm not sure why you don't think that's a trip, number 7. I mean, you literally just swept his legs out from under him.
Yeah. Got to play it up, man. You know, part of being a soccer player is that you got to take some acting classes. You see those guys on TV sometimes. Looks like they got shot with a cannon. Collinsville with the ball, and they'll send it up to midfield, but no one there wearing the purple and white to take care of it until T.J. Carter finds a loose ball, and he'll pick it up and send it back down into the offensive zone. 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Woods Basement System halftime show coming up at the conclusion of this first half of play.
Substitution number 22, Dominic Mann.
Dominic Mann checks back into the game. So is Dominic and Giovanni both out there at the same time?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Nope, Giovanni went out too.
This is Wilkinson over here on the right. My apologies.
Yeah. They guess they don't like having the Manns out there at the same time. Unlike the volleyball team that has 3 Johnsons on the floor at the same time. Apparently got another one coming up the wings too. Graduate one and one more moves up.
Wow.
Yeah, T.J. Carter, nice job on the interception. He takes a shot in. It's right at Tyson Wilkinson. But boy, hey, that was a good play by T.J. Carter on all ends.
T.J. did a great job stepping in front of his defender, getting the ball under control, putting it out for one touch and a shot.
2 minutes to play here in this first half. Evan Wilkinson sends the ball back up to midfield, but never connected with T.J. Carter. So Granite City begins their push for the offensive zone. Here is Nash Young over to Seth Blaylock. Blaylock back over to Young. He had that ball poked away by Suarez. Out to the midfield stripe to Blaylock. Elijah Blaylock sends the ball up to Nash Young. And Young looking around for a little bit of help, so instead he'll just send it back to his defense. And Carson Williams will send the ball up, back over to midfield, and at the Kahok logo. Chris Munoz almost picked off a ball as well. And here is Nash Young once again. Young trying to get around Hernandez Mendoza, does so with a pass to Brookshire. Brookshire almost forgot to take the ball with him, but he finds a teammate, and that teammate working the ball up. That is Hernandez. Now back over to Young. Granite City looks like they're ready to set something up here.
Hernandez, you can tell why he's their leading scorer. He looks like a pretty slick player over there.
Yeah. Comes out. T.J. Carter got a toe on it. That's about it. But there's a nice break for Collinsville as Chris Munoz brings the ball up. Munoz then sends the ball over to the far sideline. Collinsville had a couple of guys back in the offensive zone. Finds its way up to Giovanni Mann. And he sends the ball up, but right off of the chest of Elijah Blaylock. Blaylock sends the ball up and then gets the ball right back up and actually goes past him and goes over to Morales. He sends the ball up to Seth Blaylock. We're down to the final 25 seconds to go here in this first half. Up to Chris Munoz, who pokes the ball up for Carranza, but he couldn't quite get there. Joey Morales got in front of Carranza right at the last second. And with 15 seconds left, Granite City going to make a move upfield and see if they can put one shot on goal at least, but that ball is going to end up skirting up the sideline. And it'll go out of bounds. And Granite City will throw it back in, but there won't be enough time to do anything with it as the horn sounds, and it is 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza at the in the 25th minute scores the only goal of the first half on an assist by TJ Carter, and Collinsville leads by a score of 1-0. Time now for the halftime show, brought to you by my good friends at Woods Basement Systems, all things basement-y. Woods Basement Systems been doing their things since 1986, and that thing is working to keep homes dry. You have water problems in your house? Give Woods Basement Systems a call, 618-708-4055. Halftime show, that's coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahawk Sports Network, as well as the Kahawk Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Looking for someone to help get your house in tip-top shape? Look no further than former Kahawk Kara Gray with Clean Living Cleaning Services. From bathrooms to kitchens to garages to bedrooms and even commercial spaces, Clean Living is your place to go. Clean Living guarantees expert-level work done by expert-level cleaners. No matter how much grit, how much grime, let Clean Living shine. For more information, check out the Clean Living Cleaning Services on Facebook or call 618-979-9634. A clean space is a happy place. Clean Living Cleaning Services, 618-979-9634. Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahok Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022.
We welcome you back to the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. 1-0 here in favor of Collinsville after one half of play. And besides the Lady Kahawks and their volleyball win tonight at Alton High School, we really don't have much to talk to you about as far as high school sports are concerned. But at any rate, the freshman Lady Kahawks lost 2-1 to Alton. The JV team won 2-1, and the varsity won 25-13, 25-23. Avery Johnson had 6 aces. Aubrey Johnson had 8 digs and 20 kills as a team, and they came back from a 13-18 deficit to win that first game where they were down 13-18, or excuse me, the second game they were down 13-18 and came back and won it 25-23. So congratulations to the Lady Kahawks volleyball team as their season winds down as well. They have one more week left after tonight. Other than that, we can tell you that the Blues and the Islanders are scoreless as they approach the end of the first period. Bottom of the ninth, the Yankees have a 5-3 lead over the Guardians, and I believe the Yankees can wrap up that series tonight if they get that win. Dodgers and Mets tied 1-1 in the top of the second, and the Thursday night NFL game, the Denver Broncos over the New Orleans Saints 3-0 with 5 minutes left to go in that first period. So that is what we have for you on the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Again, if you have some water problems in your house, you need to give my friends at Woods Basement Systems a call. Call them at their Collinsville location at 618-708-4055. Second half action comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for veterans in need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahawk Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahawk Sports Network and Kahawk Athletics. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Kahawk Stadium. Todd Duke and Brett Borm with you as we get you settled in for the other 40-minute half, and we are just about ready to get that underway. The 2 years that you won the state championship, sir, 91 and 92.
Yes.
Tied Granite City twice in that regular season of 1991, but beat them when it mattered, 1-0 in the sectionals.
Yes, and both of those teams were extremely strong. My junior year team, we were expected to go. I mean, that team coming up through the Collinsville United program, we were expected to do great things, and we did.
And then the 92 season, when you won the second straight of the two, Granite City beat you guys twice in the regular season, but once again, you beat them 1-0 in sectionals.
We did, and that team, we weren't expected to do anything. That was a team that was going to be a rebuild year as a bridge to get to the 93 team, and we started the season 4-5 in our first 9 games and ran off a string of about 18 straight in a row, leading to that state championship.
Yeah. What did you play? What position?
Goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper? Okay.
Yeah.
So Alex Paz played goalkeeper too.
He did, but he's older than me.
Yeah, he is. Graduated in 79.
Yeah. But he looks young, and it's my understanding he still plays the indoor game from time to time, and stays in good shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some times, man. This was a grass field at the time.
Oh yeah.
It was junk. I mean, it was horrible to play on. Granite's field was even worse.
Well, Alex Paz was telling me that the field that they used to play on across the street from the old high school, which is where I live now, they called it the Dust Bowl.
What, here in town?
Yeah, with the old high school on Vandalia.
Yep, the football bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have players have to run down a hill for a corner kick and a throw in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not ideal. You had a fence that was extremely dangerous. You could have, slide tackle on the out of bounds line and run right into a fence. It was not ideal.
Yeah. Well, Alex said The people in Granite City called it the Dust Bowl. He's like, I don't know what you guys call it here, but we call it the Dust Bowl.
Well, and Granite was called the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So their field was no better. It was half of it was on a baseball field.
Yeah. Well, the field that they just turfed wasn't very good either.
No, you're 100% right. Somebody found some money trees in Granite City to put together the turf complex they have there now.
Yeah. All right, back to here and now. Collinsville up 1-0, and the Kahawks once again enjoying some offensive zone time, but Granite City comes up with the ball, but that's out of bounds. Armando Hernandez tried to keep it in, but couldn't.
Adam Reiniger in the house tonight, Todd.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. We were just talking about him earlier.
Yeah, he's doing good things at McKendree, getting on the field, scoring some goals. In fact, my wife and I are going to head there tomorrow night to check out their alumni game.
Nice. Starko sent the ball back up into the offensive zone. Now Wilkinson does the same thing, and he sends the ball up to Palmisano. But Granite City takes over from there. Collinsville leading 1-0. Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza's goal in the 25th minute still stands right now, his 7th goal of the year. And Collinsville looking for more, and Hernandez Mendoza also almost got another opportunity there. Now Munoz with it. He does a little skip and hop through the box and gets it over for Palmisano, but Palmisano couldn't get there before Granite City sent the ball out of bounds.
Morales does a good job of breaking that ball up before Palmisano could get a shot off.
Throw in coming up here for Jake McIntyre. McIntyre throws it into the 18-yard box. Chris Munoz circles with it, tries to send the ball up to Hernandez Mendoza, who thought that somebody from Granite City used a arm ball to get that ball down. Referee didn't see it that way, though.
He did not.
No. So back out to midfield we go. Here is Brookshire for Granite City. He sends the ball up, and all the way down it goes. Collinsville trying to get there and can't do it. It goes across the end line. It's going to be a goal kick restart coming up here for, is that Brody Brombauer in there now? Sure is, isn't it?
In where?
In goal for Collinsville. Isn't it?
No.
No?
No.
That's still Braden Henson?
No. Well, yeah. That's Henson.
All right. for a minute there, it looked like Brody.
No, that's Braden.
Okay. Ooh, Carranza just shoved a guy in the back, and the referee saw the whole thing. If you're going to do that, make sure the ref's not looking right at you.
Make sure you're not looking. He's not looking.
Yeah. Nash Young got shoved from behind, and the referee was like 5 feet away.
I didn't see who committed the foul, but Nash
Carranza.
Young. Okay, Carranza. I know Nash Young and Mikey Suarez were having a battle on this end, on this side of the first half.
Yeah. Ball sent down in front of the 18-yard box. Now it bounces inside of it for just a second, and then getting that ball out of there was Giovanni Mann. And a throw in coming up here for Granite City. Patrick French with the honors. He gets a running start. Throws the ball into the 18-yard box, comes down, and kind of misplayed there by Granite City because that ball rolled right down the back of the Granite City player, unless it didn't even touch him at all.
I don't think it did.
Yeah. Here is Nash Young, and that ball's picked off by Palmisano. Palmisano gets the ball up to Hernandez Mendoza. He gets around one defender, looking to get past another, but that one gets poked out of bounds by the Granite City player, and that was Ryan Rash. And a throw in coming up here once again for Collinsville. This time Jake McIntyre will take care of it. Inside of 34 minutes to go, and that ball ends up over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Tyson Wilkinson. 34 minutes to go here in this second half. Again, since Granite City left the conference, this is a non-conference game, so in case of a tie, we will not go through the whole overtime thing, I don't think.
I don't think so, unless
they want to go right to PKs, try to decide a winner in the Palace Cup. Somebody's got to win the trophy, right?
Yeah, I guess you would want to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how this was designed, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think either of the coaches would want to go into overtime.
I wouldn't think so either. I would think you would just go straight to PKs. Let's hope we don't find out.
I don't want to find out either.
Yeah, I already had enough overtimes this year. I think Tuesday night's O'Fallon game was my third overtime game this year. Maybe even my 4th. I don't know. I'm not playing, though.
Nope.
It's not like I'm out of breath. Collinsville, another offensive opportunity off of the head of one of the Granite City Warriors players, and then Munoz got a hold of it. Now Hernandez Mendoza does, and he gets pinballed around off a couple of players. Comes all the way over to the far side. Suarez will send it back into the 18-yard box and headbutted right back out by Granite City to midfield. Here is Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets shoved from behind, and the player, excuse me, Armando Hernandez almost shoved Wilkinson right into the referee.
The referee, I saw that.
Yeah.
And the referee didn't call it?
Nope. Here is Carranza once again. Carranza will send it over here to Wilkinson. Wilkinson will just tap it back over to Starko. Starko will send it over to the far side. And that's where Dominic Mann is, and he'll send it up the line. Collinsville just outside the 18-yard box, and player gets tripped up. No call.
Nothing. Mikey Suarez gets flattened like a pancake.
Does a little tumbling act over there, a little somersault. It's going to go across the end line. Collinsville is going to get their second corner kick. Granite City didn't have any corner kicks in that first half. Collinsville with 3 shots on goal to Granite City's 1 in that half, and that ball goes right through. If it was a hockey game, that'd be going right through the crease.
That can't happen, Todd. Somebody's got to sell out and crash that net.
Yeah, you'd think somebody would be over on this near side post just in case things like that happen.
Toe poke, a knee, a thigh, a butt. I don't care. That's got to be in the back of the net.
Yeah, I agree with you. For a second there, Tyler Wilkinson went down, but he got back up in pretty quick fashion. And it'll be a throw-in over here on this near side sideline for Granite City. I was going to say, I thought he blew the whistle.
I don't know what he's doing. He's wanting to throw to restart.
Yeah. So throw-in part 2 comes up the line and then right back out of bounds. It's going to belong to Granite City once again, so they'll have another throw-in about 10 yards farther upfield. And I was mistaken. That was not a chance for New York to sweep the Guardians. But the Guardians fighting back in the bottom of the 9th, trying to not let the New York Yankees go up 3-0 with a chance to wrap it up tomorrow. Or Saturday, one of the two.
Did that go out of bounds? I don't think that went out of bounds.
I don't know. It was close.
Looked to me like Palmisano kept that in bounds, but what do I know?
Probably a lot more than you think you know. Here is Ryan Rash with the throw-in. It comes up the line, and Collinsville trying to wrestle it away, but Armando Hernandez is pushing and shoving his way up, and he's being double-teamed over there and still manages to control the ball until it gets kicked out of bounds by Evan Wilkinson. So another throw-in coming up here for Granite City, and these throw-ins down this deep can be dangerous.
They sure can. Collinsville, between McIntyre and Wilkinson, do a good job on Hernandez, keeping him outside.
French with the throw-in. It comes out toward the front of the box and then comes down. Trying to chase it down is Suarez, Suarez with it, and then a pass to the middle off of the head, though, of Dominic Mann, and Collinsville gets it away before any damage can be done. Now a bouncing ball trying to be settled down over there, but Granite City player couldn't get to it. Carranza got there first, but then he got overtaken, and the ball ends up out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in here for the Warriors. Right in between the benches will come this throw-in. Last year, Collinsville beat Granite City in the Paz Cup out at Granite City 3-0. Doria Starko and Trey Peterson had goals in that game, and Braden Henson allowed no goals and only had to make 3 saves.
Yeah, but like I said, that game, even though it was getting a little scrappy now.
Yeah, Vince Palmisano went to kick the ball, but instead he kicked the calf of Ryan Rash, and Rash is still down on the ground over here on this near side sideline, and now we are probably going to get a whistle blown here at some point, I would think.
Oh, my God, people, calm down.
And Rash is like looking at the referee going, you going to blow the whistle? He finally does. We have a injury timeout, so we'll go ahead and step aside for just a moment as well. We'll back after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
That's all I hear.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back here to action. Ryan Rash is still on this near side sideline. They did get him off, calling for a golf cart over there. He was favoring his left leg. Looked like he might have got kicked in the calf, but could be a little bit lower than that. Maybe he got kicked in the ankle.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those two. I'm going to lean towards that ankle.
Yeah, if you're not putting any pressure down on your leg, it most likely is an ankle. If you got kicked in the calf, you could probably just rub that out.
Right.
As my dad used to say, rub a little dirt in it, walk it off.
Yeah.
Back to action here. 28 minutes, 25 seconds left to go. Collinsville with a 1-0 lead. These two teams going to square off Tuesday for a game of much more importance. Here's another chance by Hernandez Mendoza. He gets it in front, and there's a goal on a nice one by Jake McIntyre. Collinsville goes up 2-0. Hernandez Mendoza made that happen, but Jake McIntyre put the finishing touch on it.
Jake McIntyre just waiting for that ball to pop out where he can just clean up the junk. Rodrigo doing everything he can to try and shield that ball. Granite City defender doing a great job of shielding Rodrigo, but that ball popped loose for McIntyre, and he buried it.
Yeah. So Hernandez Mendoza has a goal and an assist here tonight. TJ Carter assisted on Hernandez Mendoza's first goal. And now Hernandez Mendoza will get the assist on the Jake McIntyre goal, and Jake McIntyre scores his first goal of the year.
I would venture to guess that's his first varsity goal ever.
Yeah. The ball sent down range once again off of the head of Rodrigo Mendoza. Man, if there would have been somebody wearing the purple there, that would have been a prime opportunity to get a quick goal. Yeah. So now Granite City is down 2-0. Makes their work a little harder. They have to chase the lead. And here is Enrique Carranza. Carranza almost got tripped up there by Armando Hernandez. And they'll play a little back and forth up the line. And here comes Collinsville with another opportunity. And Hernandez Mendoza again trying to wrestle it around. And got picked off there by Granite City, though, and comes back out to midfield for Seth Blaylock. Blaylock races it across the midfield line. Sends the ball all the way up here for Patrick French, but getting there first was Ty Starko to kick it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in restart here for Granite City.
It's going to be a good tune-up for Thursday's game? Tuesday's game.
Tuesday. Into the 18-yard box, and Starko sends it back out once again.
I really feel like the play has been pretty even with the exception of the two Collinsville goals.
Yeah.
There hasn't been really sustained pressure offensively for either team thus far.
Yep, I agree. Granite City trying to find that first goal. because you can't tie things up unless you get one. And some couple of nice moves there by Hernandez, and he'll send one a little bit too high. And it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville.
Hernandez, again, really good with the ball in tight space, surrounded by defenders, and he's still able to get a shot off with 2 or 3 defenders around him.
Yeah, his ball handling
Pretty
capabilities
creative.
reminds me of Munoz.
He's a very creative player.
Yeah. Back out to midfield we go. Here is Hernandez Mendoza. He'll sky the ball past the defenders, and Elijah Blaylock will send the ball back to Wilkinson. Wilkinson quickly sends it back out to midfield as Granite City looks for a little offensive push here, but they'll first have to send it back to the defense once again. Here is Benjamin Wilson with it on the near sideline. That ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Collinsville. No?
I think Chacon might have poked that.
Well, this referee said it was going
did
that
he?
way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who I was looking at. Apparently the head referee didn't see it, so he just let it go. Here is Starko. Starko will send the ball back down the other way. Ooh. Wind has kind of picked up a little bit. That American flag's moving out there now.
Yeah, it is moving. You're right.
Out to midfield. Ooh,
that's
man,
a tackle.
That has got to be like kicking a tree trunk, man.
That is all ball stuck by Enrique Carranza.
Man.
7 felt that one.
Oh, I'm sure he did. That's 10, actually. R.J. Brookshire.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. He's limping now.
It is R.J., sorry.
Yeah. You heard the thud up here.
But it was clean.
Yeah.
All ball tackle.
It was. Yeah. Well, Brookshire went to kick the ball, but Carranza put his foot down, and once he did, that ball was not going to move.
It was planted.
Yeah. That was like kicking a fence post.
A minute ago, it was a tree trunk.
Yeah, I know.
Now
I'm trying to mix it up here a little bit.
That's all right.
24 minutes and 25 seconds left to play here in this second half. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. Jayhawks send the ball up, and right in front of their bench, Granite City will kick the ball out of bounds. It'll be Collinsville's throw-in. And Mikey Suarez will take that throw-in right at the end of his bench. The bundled-up coaching staff over there. Lugie's got a couple of words to say before he throws that ball in.
Yep. Rodrigo checks out. Palmazano checks in.
That ball went off of one of the Jayhawks, I think, and out of bounds. Nope, went off one of the Granite City players, so Collinsville will get another throw in here. A little bit farther down the bench area for Suarez, in front of his teammates. And that ball just outside the 18-yard box, headed back out by Granite City, and Granite City back to the defensive side of things, trying to transition that into some offense, but Collinsville is there to intercept, and then Granite City returns the favor, but that ball ends up going out of bounds, so another throw-in coming up here for the Jayhawks. There are the Jayhawks again, and a shot toward the goal, and oh boy. I'll tell you what, if Wilkinson was 2 inches shorter, he wouldn't have got to that ball.
Who hit that? Was that Suarez from
I think
the
so.
right back?
Yeah.
Gosh, it had to be a 35, 40-yard shot.
Yep. Back out to pretty much the same area there in front of the Jayhawk bench, and boy, that was a kind of a rough takedown there.
That was a shoulder hit, if you ask
Nash
me.
Young, shoulder right in the back, shoulder in between the shoulder blades there.
I told you those two were going at it in the first half.
Yeah. So a throw in for Granite City in front of the Jayhawk bench. They'll throw it right down, and the guy who did the throw in comes right back to him. But out of bounds, and Collinsville will now have the throw in.
That looked like a handball. I don't know what I'm seeing.
The Cleveland Guardians coming back and beating the New York Yankees in extra innings. How about that? So the Yankees will not have a chance to go for the sweep. Oh! That was another one of those hitting the tree trunk kind of things. But Collinsville comes up with it. Chacon gets the ball over, and another save by Wilkinson. Collinsville pouring on some shots on goal. They had 3 in all of the first half, and they've already have 3 here in the second half.
Another strong tackle. Mikey Suarez just doesn't get enough on the shot as he was wide open at that right side of the 18-yard box.
Yeah, sure was. Couldn't have been more wide open.
No.
Throw-in coming up here for Granite City right at the end of the Jayhawks bench. as we approach 21.5 minutes to go, and got a whistle. I think he was just making him back up a little bit more. Ball comes in, and to midfield it goes. Collinsville pokes it back into the offensive zone, and then a nice job there by Jake McIntyre, who just scored the last goal. He gets it all the way down, but a little bit too far. Takes a one-hop bounce to Wilkinson in goal. And the Kahawks go back to work. Granite City punches the ball up to midfield. There is our Wilkinson. That would be Evan Wilkinson, who got there first. And a couple of nice moves, and TJ Carter ends up with the ball. Back over to Evan Wilkinson. And Wilkinson sends it right through the Kahawk logo, and then he'll get it right back from Ty Starko. Wilkinson now will send it over to the other side. Dominic Mann over there. He'll poke it up the sideline. Collinsville tries to retain possession, and they lost that battle as it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Granite City.
Notice Munoz has been out of the match for a few minutes. I wonder if that's
by design?
Yeah.
Could be. TJ Carter is going to go out now, too. And it looks like Giovanni Mann checking back into the game. Haven't seen Hunter Brinker out there tonight either.
No Hunter Brinker, no Kiefner.
Yeah.
I assume Pickering is still injured.
Back out toward Granite City and their defense. We are halfway through the second half. Collinsville with a 2-0 lead. And a picked off pass there. Nicely done by McIntyre. He'll turn the corner and send one into the 18-yard box. And I tell you what, over there all by himself was Mikey Ortiz. And if the Granite City player didn't get his head on that ball, that was Joey Morales. I think Ortiz would have had another chance at a good shot on goal here.
Yeah.
Here is Evan Wilkinson. Wilkinson with his head up. Looks, finds Carranza. Carranza in the middle of the field. Has the ball taken away from him for a brief moment, and then it'll end up going out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming up here for the Kahawks. Wilkinson won't waste any time. He'll throw the ball into Palmisano. Palmisano over here on this near sideline trying to keep it in bounds, and does so, but then gives up possession of the ball. Nice little spin move there by Brookshire. But Collinsville gets the ball back once again. Here is Chacon. And Chacon will send it into the middle of the field once again for Enrique Carranza. Carranza, nice little step past one defender, gets past another one, but the ball traveled just a little bit too far for him to catch back up to it a third time. And now Collinsville looking for another golden opportunity here. Here is Suarez. Suarez sends it over to the far sideline. Carranza then tries to get it back, but nothing doing there. Granite City comes up with the ball. Back out to midfield. Here is Armando Hernandez. And they'll send it back to the defense where McIntyre will send it back over to the far side for Ortiz. The ball sent up off of Palmisano. And then they'll poke it over here to this side to Benjamin Wilson. Collinsville's defense doing a nice job holding Granite City hemmed in.
They are. They're holding them at the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
Granite City has not been able to penetrate much at all tonight beyond Starko and the center backs for the Collinsville defense.
They've only had the one shot on goal has Granite City, and that came in the first half. Collinsville's controlled the offensive play ever since the second half got underway. In between the benches it goes. And out of bounds it goes. Collinsville will get the ball back. 17.5 minutes to go here in the second half. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks trying to retain possession of the Paz Cup.
That would be nice. I like thus far, based on what I've seen, I like Collinsville's chances going into that regional semifinal.
Oh yeah, they've
and with the addition of Juan Carlos Doria.
There's a turnover. Palmisano takes a shot, and on his knees, Wilkinson made the save.
Palmisano's down.
Palmisano down in the 18-yard box, but he's working himself back up, and then a couple of players collide, and tell you what, Nash Young, he got ran into by Mikey Suarez, and then Young gets up and tried to kick Suarez.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
They have been battling all night long. Something to keep an eye on here. You don't want to lose a Mikey Suarez going into the regional. Hunter Brinker is in the match now.
Yep, sure is.
But you don't want to get one of your starters goaded into doing something stupid either.
Pass over to the far corner of the 18-yard box by Hunter Brinker. He sends the ball over for Ortiz, but defenseman closed in pretty quickly on him.
Here's that long throw of Hunter Brinker. It can be dangerous.
Yeah. Anytime you're just outside the 18-yard box with these throw-ins, man, it can be dangerous, especially if you got somebody that can throw it far.
These kids can throw way farther than the kids in my day.
Yeah. Did you guys do weight room stuff back in your day?
No.
See, that's the difference, I think.
You might be right. No, we didn't.
I think just about every sport has to spend some time in the weight room nowadays.
Sure.
Back when we were going to school, that just wasn't a thing.
It wasn't. Well, the weight rooms weren't the quality of stuff that they have now either,
Oh,
right?
yeah, not at all. You had a bench press and a couple of barbells and some dumbbells, and that's about it.
That's about it.
Now they got machines.
Machines. No, it was not a thing. Some of these kids can just launch a ball, man.
Yeah. 15:20 to play here in half number 2. Collinsville leading 2-0. Got a goal in the first half and a goal here in the second half to take that 2-0 lead. Here is Carranza. He'll send the ball up the sideline, and he banks it right off of the feet, I believe, of Ortiz. And then a little misstep there by Palmisano. He overstepped the ball. Granite City gets it back. They'll send it back to the defense. And it'll come over to this near side to Wilson. Wilson will send the ball up now for French. Palmisano finds the loose ball. Now he just has to find something to do with it. Here is Chacon. Chacon sends it into the middle of the field. He was trying to send it over to Ortiz, but overshot that pass big time. Out to midfield. Back to Collinsville's defense. Ty Starko will backtrack and slow the ball down. And over to Carranza. It's Carranza now playing like a defensive position.
Yeah, sure looks that way. He's almost playing like a, well, I'm trying to look. I can't imagine they got him playing a right back, but he might be.
David Wilhelm, former writer for the Post-Dispatch and the Belleville News-Democrat, chimes in on the chat line, says the Guardians trailed 5-3 in the 9th inning and were down to their last strike before they came back to win that game.
Well, David Freese moment?
Yeah, apparently so.
Okay.
Boy, that was a fun World Series.
Yeah, it was.
I had a Kahok football game that night and ended up meeting my wife over at the American Legion here in Collinsville just in time to see all those late inning heroics.
Wow.
And let me tell you, the American Legion erupted.
I was, believe it or not, I think I was in the emergency room with my daughter when David Freese hit those home runs. That's my recollection, that I was at Anderson ER.
Man, that was off Palmisano, and he's shaking his hand, so he got hit in the hand, and obviously the referee didn't see it or it would have been stopped for a handball. He is shaking that left hand like he got a stinger. I'm sure on a chilly night that does sting.
Oh, yeah.
13 minutes to play here in the second half, and we want the clock stopped as once again we have a Granite City player down all the way over on the far side.
He mentioned Mr. Wilhelm. Mr. Wilhelm had been doing this a long time. I remember him back in my high school days, I believe, where he used to cover high school soccer, probably amongst other things, but Belleville News-Democrat maybe at the time?
Yep, sure was.
Okay. Yeah.
We are sorely lacking in the coverage of high school sports around these areas nowadays.
Yeah,
St. Louis Post-Dispatch is the only one that ever has anything that I can tell anyway.
And it's not much.
No.
It's not much. I mean, you know, back in the day, we used to have the Collinsville Herald, you know, and I would pop that thing open all the time, and you would see high school kids' pictures in the sports page all the time, and you always look forward to that as a kid, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, now all you get is you might get to see your picture on a STL Today website or a Belleville News-Democrat.
I think every Thursday. I think every Thursday the Post-Dispatch has Players of the Week around the high school area. There's like maybe 8 of them mentioned, but not much, man. Back page coverage on the Post-Dispatch. That's about all you get.
Yep. Used to look forward to that Herald every soccer season, or for whatever that basketball, the Richard Keene days.
Yeah.
And Good times.
Yep, things are different now. I still prefer to hold a newspaper in my hand as opposed to reading news on my phone or on a computer.
Yeah.
I get a newspaper every morning.
I thought I'd read somewhere where the Post was
Yeah,
laying
they're-
off a bunch of people.
And they're outsourcing their printing things to Columbia,
Okay.
Missouri. So
Goal.
there we go. That's in there. Back of the net. Oh, baby, Collinsville ends up with a 3-0 lead on a goal by Marvin Chacon.
Does a little jig. Yeah, I saw that play building there, Todd. As soon as I saw that ball pop outside to about the PK mark, I knew somebody was going to come just cash that in, and Chacon's the man to do it. That might be his first varsity goal.
Well, it's definitely his first goal this year.
Yeah. Now, I know he didn't score last year. I'm not even sure he was on the varsity roster last year.
I don't remember his name at all.
I don't think so. So good for him.
Yeah.
Great memory.
Yeah, Jake McIntyre and Marvin Chacon score here in the second half, and as we mentioned, there might be both of their first varsity goals for both of them.
I'm willing to bet that's the case.
Yeah.
I know Jake last year, he was on the varsity roster, but he did not play a lot of minutes. But as you know, we didn't have a deep bench last year,
Yeah.
We stayed with the, 13, 14 kids at the most, and that was it. And we rode those 14 from here to the super sectional in Naperville.
Yep. So Collinsville with a pretty good lead now at 3-0 with 12.5 to go. So Marvin Chacon, the junior, gets a goal. Jake McIntyre, also a junior, gets a goal. And Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza, also a junior, gets a goal. It's a junior night here at Kahok Stadium.
Is.
Collinsville looking for another opportunity to score. Here's a shot and a save by Wilkinson. He dove out to his right at the last second to take that one. Collinsville now out shooting Granite City with shots on goals, 9-1. And now Wilkinson looks like he's injured. And the clock stopped once again, and the referee is checking on the goalkeeper for Granite City.
This is goalkeeper number 1, Todd, and you don't have him on your roster, do you?
I got all zeros, man.
Yeah, interesting.
All zeros. Tyler Lakin, Tyson Wilkinson, and Lawden Warren, who is listed as a sub goalkeeper. He's a freshman.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
So is this Lakin?
I do not know, and I don't even know if he has a number on that shirt that he's wearing.
That's a number 1 there.
Is it?
Yeah, it was a 1. I saw him come trotting in.
Okay.
But he's got the build like Lakin had last year, but Lakin had real long hair.
Yeah.
No, he could have got a cut.
Could have. Referee blows the whistle and allows Collinsville with 3 substitutions.
Okay, we got
As Gage Hensley, who had a hat trick in the JV game, will come in, as well as Jonah Hasmir. And I believe Mikey Ortiz checked back in. Is that who that other one was?
I believe it was.
Yeah. So now Coach Luggie getting ready to make some substitutions, give some of his regular guys a rest. Also into the game is Juan Roca. And that ball is going to go traveling well over the net and off to the far side post.
Gage Henley must have been a late add to this roster as the season progressed. This is somebody new.
Yeah, he was added just a couple of weeks ago, I believe.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah. Him and Dominic Mann, the only 2 freshmen now on this varsity roster. We are down to about 10.5 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville leading 3-0. Now Coach Luggie taking some steps to rest his regular guys before they have to play again Tuesday in the regional semifinal, as these 2 teams will hook up at Granite City Tuesday night. As I mentioned, Collinsville has the 6:30 game on that night. Belleville West will have the 4:30 game. They will take on the winner of the Belleville East Alton contest, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when is that game? Is that Saturday?
Which game is that?
Belleville East versus Alton. That's tomorrow?
Play-in game, yeah. I would think
play-in game's tomorrow, huh? So another Friday game. I guess No, that one's being played at Alton, from what I understand.
And I don't know who to put my money on that one.
Yeah, I hear you there. Collinsville, another opportunity inside the 18-yard box, but the ball kind of trickles away, comes back out. And an opportunity here for Gage Hensley, the freshman midfielder. Will send the ball on up now to Hazimir. And then over to the other side. Taking that ball is Tyler Huntebrinker. Up to Chacon. Chacon with another shot and a save. And a big, juicy rebound, but no one there for Collinsville. And now another opportunity for the K-Hawks. Giovanni Mann with a shot. That was Collinsville's 10th shot on goal in this game. Jonah Hazimir checks himself. The referee was like, hold on, don't throw it in yet. Now he does so to Hensley. Two new guys come into the game. Out to midfield it goes. Ty Starko not getting a rest. He'll send it over to Enrique Carranza. Carranza sends it upfield to Chacon. Chacon into the 18-yard box, and now the keeper comes out. Not sure who he is, so I'm not going to just assume that it's one of these other two guys.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Not a clue. Well, if they had a number 1 on the roster, I'd be able to probably make some sense of it, but all three of their goalkeepers on this roster have the same number, 0. 0, 0, 0. I do have a JV roster for Granite City in my book because I made a couple of copies of these rosters because I knew we were playing them in back-to-back games. And there's no one mentioned on here. There's no one on here either. The only goalkeeper on the JV roster is Lawden Warren, and he's also number 0. So that didn't help.
Well, I know I saw Lakin's dad here. I know him from years of playing soccer in the Granite City area. So maybe his kid's hurt, or maybe that's
sends another one up, and this one a sliding stop before a shot could be taken there as Juan Roca was closing in on that. I remember Juan Roca from my days working over at Kreitner.
No.
When I was a relief aide. Got to be the guy out there with a whistle around his neck, blowing the whistle, and say, hey, you stop that. I don't think I ever had to say anything to Roca. Roca now a junior. I know that one of my other guys that I did have to blow the whistle at a bunch of times, Caleb Patton, plays football for the K-Hawks now on the offensive line. He's also a junior.
It's got to be weird to see these
it is,
kids
man.
That, you know,
he came up to me when I was here doing a football game when he was a freshman and he wasn't playing varsity. He's like, hey, Mr. Todd, I just want to apologize for being a jerk back then.
That's good.
Oh, like, oh, man, you're all right.
They grow up, right?
Yeah, they do.
Most of them grow up.
Yeah. 6.5 minutes to go. Free kick coming up here for Granite City from about 45 yards out. And now they're trying to decide who they want to kick this ball to, or who they want to take this kick.
Yeah.
Looks
Bringing
like
number 15 over.
Timo Bradley is going to go ahead and take this kick.
Well, you got a tough Bradley, number 4.
That ball
Timo.
ends up going down to Ryder Sell. Collinsville comes away with it. Here is Chacon. All kinds of room to run. Chacon cuts across the middle and then does a little stop stutter and then sends the ball over to a teammate, and that teammate is Giovanni Mann over into the corner of the 18-yard box, and Granite City will just kick it on out of there. That is Keller Hickam who kicked the ball out of there, as Granite City has also subbed out a lot of their starters.
Not much on their bench over there either.
I think they all went to the locker room.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah. Probably tired and cold.
You still stay on your bench.
Yep. And another ball sent over to the sideline. Huntebrinker will just let it go, and then the ball boy throws the ball over his head. So that'll waste a little bit of time. We're down to 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to play here in the second half. And another throw in for Huntebrinker. And he'll throw that ball right square into the 18-yard box. It takes a bounce off of somebody's head. And
like, I'm looking over at this bench, Todd.
I know there's no one there.
5 minutes left.
Yeah.
You got Joey Morales in sweatpants, a sweat jacket. His backpack is on his shoulders.
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have an injury, who's going in?
I know, exactly right. Collinsville up 3-0. And Carranza gets the ball over up the line. Starko's still out there. I think he's the only starter that's still out there, isn't he? Besides Henson.
Gio's out there.
Okay.
I think he started, right?
Yes, he did.
And Ortiz started. There's
Chacon is out there. He sends the ball up and man with it right in front of the 18-yard box. Couldn't get anything any closer. And then it's sent back out to midfield, and here is Tough Bradley.
I love the name.
Tuff, Tough Bradley. Henson will come out and send the ball back upfield. And here is Chacon once again. He tried to thread the needle, and he had someone streaking up that far side. Couldn't tell who it was. And then Collinsville and Gage Hensley gets in the way and sends that ball right back to where it came from. And now another opportunity for Chacon. Does a nice job right in between the legs there of Tannen Nenninger. There's another name for you, Tannen. All I keep on thinking of is Biff Tannen from Back to the Future.
Was that his last name?
Yeah.
Biff?
Yeah. Biff Tannen.
Huh. Biff. There's
Wax
a
the
rip.
car, Biff. Oh, boy, that's a big-time shot there.
Hunterbringer with a rip from about 25 yards out.
Yeah. Down to 3 minutes to go here in this second half. Are you joining us Tuesday at the regional semifinal? You said you can't make that one.
I don't believe I'm going to be able to. I've got an awards ceremony to be at in Springfield.
Okay. That's a little bit of a drive.
Yeah, but my hope is Collinsville wins, and I'll be able to join you at the regional final.
We will see what happens. I don't know if there's going to be enough room anyway. We have to be outside on the little platform like we have out here.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I could take the sledgehammer with me and just knock the windows out. I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate that, though. I'd probably go to jail for vandalism.
And they don't have I guess Huddle Cam doesn't do you any good on the
no
away games.
Nope. I already talked to the people at Huddle and asked them if I could hook up to the Huddle cameras at other schools, and they said, nope. Can't do that, so it's going to be up to me and my camera and Chris Kettler running the camera on Tuesday.
I listened to you guys towards the tail end of that O'Fallon game on my drive home the other night, and Chris sounded great.
Yeah, he does a good job on all the sports that he does.
Absolutely, he does.
Under 2 minutes to go here in this one. 3-0 in favor of Collinsville. Any indication of what we might see Tuesday?
Maybe.
Who knows? I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind either.
Granite City still has not had a shot on goal here in this second half.
No, they haven't until.
Well, I'm not gonna jinx it now. 90 seconds left to play here in this contest between Collinsville and Granite City. It's the Paz Cup, and it looks like the Kahawks are going to retain that, and it'll sit inside the trophy display case for one more year.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I assume, do they put team names or years or something on it?
I don't
even
know. I do not know. I think it's just a traveling trophy. I'm not sure if they do any engraving on it or not.
Shows, hey, we won this year.
Chris Keller says 1 minute remaining in the second half. And a corner kick. The first corner kick of the game for Granite City is on the way. It's high, and it comes out into the middle of the 18-yard box. Collinsville's Hensley gets there first and sends it up the line. Then it'll end up going out of bounds, and Collinsville will have a throw-in. And here is Jonah Hazimir, who will throw that ball up the line, taken by Chacon. And Chacon looking and moving his way upfield, trying to get around a defender right between the legs. And then it comes up to the Jason Kiefner. Back over to Chacon. Chacon tried to settle it down to get a shot off, couldn't do it. And then Granite City will send it back out to midfield as we approach 15 seconds left to play here in this one. Carranza will send it up. And back out to midfield it goes, and here's an opportunity for Granite City. They're going to shoot the ball. It's going to go wide, so that's not even going to count as a shot on goal just as the horn sounds. And this one comes to a close. Collinsville wins this one by a score of 3-0. And the Kahawks will finish their regular season with a record of 8-9-1 on the year. And we'll see if they're going to, the Pass Cup, they're going to bring it out.
Coming up here in just a moment.
8-9-1.
Yeah.
You know, looking at as we got time, I would assume here
Yeah.
while they get this trophy ready. You know, at the start of the year, I would have predicted, you know, somewhere around that, you know, based on the lack of experience within the starting lineup and, you know, kind of a rebuild. I would have said a 500 season was going to be a good season. But what I have seen in the, you know, handful of games that I've done with you is Collinsville can be dangerous. There are moments in matches where they can be dangerous. They've shown they can beat Edwardsville. They've shown they can
beat Belleville
West, who's the 1 seed.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that they haven't been able to get the monkey off their back is O'Fallon. And I don't think they've looked good in either O'Fallon game that I've watched on TV. I haven't done either one of those games with you.
Yeah, and, you know, there's the distinct possibility that if O'Fallon wins their regional and Collinsville wins their regional, they can meet in the sectional semifinal.
Yep, you're 100% right, which would be a repeat of last year where Collinsville throttled O'Fallon at Triad High School, I think 4-5-0. So, again, Collinsville should be proud. They put together a decent season, and they're going to be a dangerous team going in the playoffs.
Alex Paz bringing the Paz Cup out and presented it to Collinsville and their players as they win this one here tonight 3-0 and get to retain the big shiny silver trophy.
Thanks, everybody.
And there it is.
Thank you, Granite City, for a great game.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Well, we'll hope that we see you Friday for a regional championship game. But if not, another fantastic job by you, and I appreciate you.
Absolutely. All right, we'll talk soon.
All right, that is Brett Borm, and now it is time to transition ourselves into the post-game show brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works. Chiropractic Works, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisired lipolaser machine. The Invisired machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisired technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we'd be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisired offers.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an InvisiRed lipolaser machine. The InvisiRed machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The InvisiRed technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is a 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that InvisiRed offers.
Once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Kahawks win it here tonight by a final score of 3-0 over the Granite City Warriors. And joining us on the other microphone now is Jeff Hayes, the assistant coach and the head coach of the JV team. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Thanks for having me. I feel much better up here than down on the field.
Oh, yeah, it's a little warmer up here. I got this little heater over here going, so I try to keep it a little warm. All right.
Nice touch.
Let's talk about your JV team. You guys wrapped the season up tonight. You finished with an overall record of 7-5-3. So give us a little insight about your season, how you think it went.
Let me start by saying that when the season was over here after this game, I told the boys, this is the most fun I've had coaching in years. And it really comes down to personalities and the people that you're around. I said, that's, anything in life, you're going to enjoy it if you're with good people. So I appreciate the boys and their effort and their attitude, and they kept things fun for me the entire season. So we're definitely happy from where we started to where we ended the season. Kind of went on a roll, got some shutouts in there, and overall I'm very pleased with everything.
All right, you got a couple of those guys that ended up moving up onto the varsity roster. Dominic Mann is a freshman. Gage Henley is a freshman. So you had a couple of guys, and Hensley had a hat trick today in the freshman game against Belleville West, and he comes in and gets some varsity time.
Yeah, I hope he's not complaining about playing time because we've been running him to death, but he loves playing soccer. So I always love seeing young kids come into the program and they bump up, whether it's freshman to JV to varsity. I've lost a couple guys. I had to tell let's see, who was it? Vince is no longer playing with me. He scored some goals early, and now he's a starter, giving us a ton of minutes. Marvin actually dressed for the JV game today, and I had to tell him, I was like, Marvin, I'm done with you, man. You're playing varsity. And he said, no, but I want to get some minutes here. I said, trust me, you're going to get plenty of minutes at varsity, and it paid off.
Yeah, it did, because he ended up scoring a goal here.
Yeah,
It was his first varsity goal ever, right?
Yep. He's king of celebrations after a game, so it's pretty funny to see him when he does score goals.
Yeah, was that Jake McIntyre's first ever varsity goal as well?
I think it was. He does a fantastic job of winning balls in the backfield for us, winning tackles. He's gotten really comfortable playing long balls in. So I don't know how he ended up there. We tell him to press and get up there, but in that particular instance, how he got so deep and put that one in, I'm happy for him because he's just a great kid and a hard worker.
Yeah, I was wondering. I didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Lugge before the game because I did my interview with Alex Paz instead. And if I would have talked to him, I would have asked him, so are you gonna hold back a little bit tonight and not show your hand? So you guys are playing the same team Tuesday, and that game means a little bit more. But it looks like you didn't hold back.
We didn't. We went ahead and started the guys that we would typically start. I mean, I feel like we've kind of found who we are as a team and what we need to do to be successful. So Coach wasn't going to step away from that. We continue to kind of go with what we do. But it was nice there at the end to kind of pull away a little bit and get some more guys on the playing field, time on the field because they're definitely deserving, and they performed just as well as the starters did.
All right, man. Thanks for the visit. We will see you
Thank you.
Tuesday.
Thank you.
All right, that is Jeff Hayes, one of the assistant coaches for head coach Rob Lugge. His team won tonight, did Mr. Hayes, by a score of 2-0. The freshman won 4-0. And how about shutouts all the way around? The varsity team wins by a score of 3-0. So 3 clean sheets tonight by all 3 levels of Kahok soccer. Not a bad deal. All right, that is going to do it for us here tonight. A big thank you to Alex Paz for joining me in the pregame interview. We certainly do appreciate him taking some time out of his busy photography schedule and hanging out with us during the Paz Cup, the second annual Paz Cup. A big thank you again to Jeff Hayes joining us in the postgame interview. And as always, Brett Borum on the other microphone. We are back at you tomorrow, week number 8 of the high school football season at Cahokia against a Cahokia team that's only got 1 loss on the season thus far. They've already made themselves playoff eligible. Collinsville trying to do the same with 1 more win on the year, and they got a tough road to hoe here as the last 2 weeks of the season. Cahokia has only lost once, and Triad going into week number 8 has only lost once as well. We'll be on the air tomorrow with pregame coverage at 6:30 and the scheduled 7 p.m. kickoff. My name is Todd Duke, and until tomorrow night, everyone enjoy the rest of your Thursday.